So last week I made a really big move. I'm excited to have opened a brokerage account with Schwab. So I ruined my savings a few years ago and it's time to rebuild. Um, I was well intentioned when I took my 401k and exhausted it on an entrepreneurial endeavor I had going on. But, ultimately it left me hit. And at my age, it's critical to start rebuilding now. My plan is primarily to rely on real estate income, rental income, as I um, grow older and get into the retirement years. I don't ever plan to really retire. I always plan to have a business that would generate income throughout the rest of my life. So that'll be real estate. I have a property already and I just want to accumulate more, but you need a good way to save that money. And, I've always known about various retirement accounts and index funds and things of that nature, but honestly, I just hadn't pulled the trigger, with the exception of two single stocks and some Dogecoin. The Dogecoin was a gamble, but ironically, it's going well. My Doge has actually grown in value 100% since I bought it. The stocks I bought have grown as well. Nothing amazing, but I am actually in the positive with all three of those transactions. But going forward, I don't think I'll be buying more crypto. Again, that my crypto purchase was a gamble. I knew it was a gamble when I did it, but I guess I had some FOMO, and like you never know what's gonna happen. Bitcoin was a thing, and I figured even if it was contrived, people were trying to force the next Bitcoin situation. So I figured if for a few $100 I could get in on that action, what the heck. The two single stocks I bought were with companies who provide utilities right here in the United States. And those weren't a gamble. Those were more of getting my feet wet, trying to break the ice. We can go on for years with a bit of financial literacy or knowledge of investment vehicles and just never pull the trigger. And that's where I was when I bought those. I said, let me break the ice. I even made a video about it on another channel that I have. But anyway, it's time to get into it more seriously, more consistently. I just bought those single stocks, but honestly, those probably should have been like an index fund that I continuously contributed to. Although, when I bought those stocks, I was working for myself, and I probably wasn't sure that I'd have the continuous income to fund an index fund continuously or consistently. Anyway, now I'm back at a traditional job. I'm working on a career change, and the job I have now is 3 to 11, and it should set the stage for a career that I'm ultimately going into. So I'm pretty excited. Anyway, like I said, last week I opened the mutual fund. I sent the few dollars over, but because it was a Friday night or a Saturday, the funds didn't clear until Monday. Today is Wednesday, and I've been busy all week doing things, but I can't wait to sit down and decide which sector I want to deploy this capital into. Um, but I know there are some drawbacks. Like, again, my A plan is real estate, and I understand that stocks are too volatile for short-term savings vehicles, or too volatile to be a reliable short-term savings vehicle. Okay, so I do have a conventional savings account. It's not accruing any interest, but I might move that to a high yield savings account. Tell me what y'all know about high yield savings accounts, because apparently there are some drawbacks to some of them. I've never had one. I had a CD, I had a certificate of deposit way back, and for those who don't know, that's a bond you could buy, and it matures, after a certain time frame, which means if you leave that money in that bond for the specified time period, you will earn a certain percentage on the principal on the money that you had, in that bond. So I had one of those way back. Anyway, I just wanted to give everybody an update. I'll talk about being thorough inside out. So that means that's everything. That's hygiene. That's cleaning your house. That's having your debt in order. That's having your finances set up that bills are covered and you're actually earning interest somewhere. Now is the time. I'm going to tell you exactly how I blew my whole nest egg in another video. But for now, let's just focus on the index fund. Um, I encourage you all to start one if you haven't. In case you don't know, an index fund is a collection of stocks that you buy. It's your investment portfolio. It's a bunch of stocks. Could be in a certain sector like technology or commodities, or it could mimic the entire stock market. And pretty much you contribute money to it, and you own stocks or pieces of stocks, and you can earn dividends. And you know, I mean, you probably know how stocks work, but anyway, can't wait to get it funded. And y'all stay up.